Our next stop is Jerash, between Amman and the Syrian border. Jerash is one of the best preserved Greco-Roman cities. It's called the City of Columns. The Greek city was founded by Alexander the Great, who settled aged and disabled Macedonian soldiers here in 331 BCE. The Romans conquered the area in 63 BCE. In 106 CE, Jerash was absorbed into the Roman Empire in the province of Arabia Petraea. Emperor Trajan constructed the King's Highway and other roads, and more trade came to Jerash. Emperor Hadrian visited Jerash in 129-130 CE, and the Arch of Hadrian was built to commemorate the occasion. The city thrived through Roman and Byzantine periods. In 636, Muslim forces invaded Jerash. The city flourished under Muslim rule until it was destroyed by the Galilee earthquake of 749. Today, Jerash is considered one of the largest and most well-preserved sites of Greek and Roman architecture in the world, outside of Italy. Excavation and renovation have been almost continuous since the 1920s. The entrance to the old city of Jerash is through Hadrian's Arch. It's a 63-foot-high triple-arched gateway, which features some unconventional, possibly Nabatean architectural features, such as acanthus bases. Arch's consecration inscription lies broken in 19 pieces. The Greek inscription reads, "For the salvation of the emperor," and then some very flowery titles, followed by, "For the fortune and preservation of his entire house." Next to the arch is the Hippodrome. This arched portico stands at the south end. We follow Jobber through an arched passageway once used by gladiators and chariots. The north end is rounded for chariot races. There would have been seats for spectators like these on both sides. Underneath the seats were stalls for the horses. We walk north to the south gate. This city gate was one of 4 entrances to the city. It was built around 130 CE. We turn west and walk along the imposing city wall. The Temple of Zeus commands the high ground. As is appropriate for the king of the gods, Zeus's temple occupies the prime real estate overlooking the oval forum. From the Temple of Zeus, we can look down the Cardo Maximus. The new city is on the hill to the south. The unique oval forum is a solution to a problem of how to orient the city's rectangular street network to the geography of the site and the orientation of the entrance. Looking north from the Temple of Zeus, you can see why Jerash is called the City of Columns. The deeply carved ornaments on the blocks around the Temple of Zeus hint at what a magnificent place this was. To the west of the Temple of Zeus is the South Theater. The theater is built into the side of a hill. This is the theater's stage and sky night fronds, the ornate architectural backdrop of the stage. The MacLeod was originally a food market when it was built in the 2nd century, but was repurposed several times. The South Decumanus was a east-west oriented street. The Temple of Artemis sits at the center of the ancient city. Artemis was the patron goddess of the city. These columns are 40 feet tall. The initial archaeological clearing was done between 1928 and 34, but conservation work is still ongoing. Corinthian capitals are very well preserved. In front of the steps of the temple, the base of an altar has been identified under structures left by Byzantine and early Islamic occupation. This is the Propylaeum of Artemis, the monumental gateway to the temple. Next to the Temple of Artemis is the Nymphaeum on the Cardo Maximus. It's a monumental fountain, water poured from several lions' heads into a large basin running the whole width of the structure. The Cardo Maximus is the main north-south thoroughfare. It was completely lined with columns on both sides. Now just some broken capitals mark where a column once stood. This is the entrance to the Byzantine Cathedral of St. Mary, which was built on top of a temple to Dionysus. Looking east on the south Decumanus, toward the Roman bridge over the Wadi Jerash and the new city. The junction of the Cardo Maximus and the southern Decumanus features a tetrapylon. It was a cube-shaped monument with 4 archways. Only the 4 bases are left today. We have arrived at the south end of the Cardo Maximus and the north entrance to the Oval Forum. Then back through the city gate and off to our next adventure. First, Jobber says, I have a surprise for you, a Jordanian feast for our last meal together. We start with mez, including tahini, baba ganoush, hummus, pickles, salad, and more. Our driver, Muad, is joining us. The main course is mansef, the national dish of Jordan. It's lamb cooked in a sauce of fermented dried yogurt served on rice. It's served on special occasions, and it's traditionally eaten collectively with the right hand instead of utensils, Bedouin style. Some fruit and wonderful baklava are served for dessert, and then mint tea to finish the memorable meal.